Hi, everybody. Thanks for joining me tonight. I'm Heidi Ripka, and as you see right next to me is my friend Albany Irvin, host of JTV and jewelry extraordinaire. How are you, Albany?
I am great. Listen, now that I know I'm an jewelry extraordinaire, here's what's the best part. We have created such a fun tribe of Ripkanistas, and this is really kind of our launch of showcasing jewelry. You and I got to tell about this new partnership with Jewelry Television, and JTV has such a passion for bringing women together and jewelry together and having conversations and sharing that love. And doesn't that really run hand in hand with what Judith Ripka has been doing for decades?
It does. And what I love is that they're giving us this opportunity to every week do these live streams. Yes. So while we're working on all the product development for the big launch that we're doing this fall, you and I still get to meet every week, give everybody a few little highlights of the Judith Ripka product that's currently on jtv.com, because I know that everybody loves to see the product. It's one thing to look at a picture on a screen, but it's another thing when we get to hold it up, show the angles, tell a little bit more about it, and give it real personality and life. So thank you for doing this with me every week. I appreciate it.
You know what? I am thrilled, and I'm so glad you're with us. So here's what I'll share with you. If you want to play along, there are 2 places you can find us. In fact, I've got us up right here, which is kind of weird to watch yourself, but I have us up here on the jtv.com/extra. So you can either go to jtv.com/extra. I'll be following along and trying to answer those questions as well as I can. And I know we've got some moderators there. And Heidi, you're going to be live on the Judith Ripka Facebook page. Is that right?
That's right. I have us live right here. So anyone that comments on Facebook page, I'll be commenting back or saying hello, and Albany, you'll be covering it on your end. So we got all of our bases covered. Now we just need to dive in and talk jewelry.
Okay. So here's the deal. I have named this our unofficial summer launch because I'm seeing turquoise and lapis lazuli and bella luce, but also some very iconic Berger textures. So we're jumping in with what I'm going to nickname the summer edition. Can we do that? We haven't officially named it, but you know. Okay. So
great.
I feel like one of the things over the years that I've worked with Judith, and you've worked with Judith, that bracelets, bangles have been so incredibly important. So I want to start with this pair, if you don't mind, because we have an option in turquoise and an option in the blue lapis. Heidi, do you want to talk about those and I'll show them, or how you want to flip-flop it?
We could both hold.
Okay.
And I'll start talking and you'll add some flavor and spice to it.
That's totally fine because I picked it so you can talk about it.
Okay. So, you know what? You started off though the right tone, which is cuffs are iconic to the brand.
Yes.
And if you're already a collector of the brands, I would guarantee you have several cuffs by us.
Yes.
This one though is a different one from a lot of the others we did, because even though it has textures, it's a very clean texture. It's our flutes. We have horizontal flutes. We have our rope texture, all signature to the brand. But then what we did was we took 3 cabochon turquoise stones and 3 cabochon lapis stones. We put them in our traditional placement. We like to do things in 3s usually. And then to make them a little different, we put them in 14 karat gold clad bezels to make them two-tone. And we always love adding those two-tone details whenever we think it makes sense, because a lot of people collect silver and gold, and this is their bridge in their collection. This is a way of uniting those pieces. So if you own something in silver, you could wear it with this. If you own something in gold, you could wear it too.
You know, I look at these, so they're sizable stones, so you get credit for those. By the way, if you're shopping with us tonight, thank you. Number 1. Number 2, these are right now on a sale price. They're about 15% less than our traditional price. And 5 stretch pays. Now, if these are words that you're thinking, whoa, 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 I haven't shopped with JTV before, I'm not really sure. Welcome into the JTV family. We always have room for one more. And when I talk about a stretch pay, that's kind of like a reverse layaway. You're going to make one payment today, then you'll make your additional 4 payments along the way. But we ship this out in 12 hours. You know, Heidi, in the world of retail, you and I have been in a lot of places. Nobody but JTV ships out in 12 hours. All of the product is here on hand, ready to go.
That's one of the things that I was so impressed by when I came to visit JTV a few times, and I've seen their distribution center. Everything is on the premises. Everything's automated. And the fact that they get everything out so fast, it's to your door so quickly. It's really an incredible thing. And personally, I like instant gratification.
Me too.
I do not like waiting a week or tracking, constantly looking at tracking, saying, where's my package? I want it the next day.
I do too.
Yes, you get it pretty quickly here. So just for anyone, actually 2 things. I want to say hi to Judith, who's watching us, and Doreen, and just say a quick hello to both of them. So thanks for joining us tonight. I know they're familiar with this, but the other thing I want to add about these cuffs, if you haven't owned one before, we use a hinge. So this hinge is like a kickstand. You simply just lift it up. It glides right onto your wrist like that. You don't need to worry about a clasp. It goes on very easily. It's finished in the back. It's smooth. It has a back plate in the inside, one of our signature back plates.
Yes.
So it's very comfortable on the wrist. So these are great if you're just starting your collection, and if you already have a collection, they're good additions to introduce.
Perfect.
All about
Perfect.
Like
Perfect.
how you have on your wrist.
Okay, so here's what I'm going to share with you. If you're new to shopping on this whole live selling, live streaming thing, you're going to see some images on the bottom of your screen. Traditionally, and I don't know if you're watching like this or watching like that, but traditionally in your top left, you're going to see the image of the item we're talking about. You can click on it and get more information. It'll even allow you to go to the cart without leaving the live stream, which is super cool. And on the bottom, either on the bottom of your screen or on the right panel, you can shop the show if you get excited and don't want to miss out on anything. So that's always something really important to look at when you're doing a show like this, so that you have an idea of what you're shopping for. So let's do this. Let's go to this necklace that I'm wearing, because one of the things that I love is that there are elements within the Judith Ripka collection that are continuous. So in particular on this lovely girl, I love the movement of the 14. Love that. But we get that texture. Yes.
It's fun. So let me just walk you through this quickly.
Okay.
So first of all, in terms of scale, because I know it's a little hard to see the scale, it's about 2 1/4 inches from top to bottom. Right. So it takes up a nice amount of real estate, which I like, especially given the fact that it's on a long chain. This is a 30-inch chain. And so when you have something on a longer chain, you want to have a bigger scale. In terms of the texture, we have our fine angled berget. We did a little high polish. We have a little belle luce at the top here. But the big ring that you see, this is all fluting going around. We have 5 of these little, like donuts, kind of. They're fun.
Rings, yes, or rings.
These little rings. So we have 2 different textures. Well, one is the angled berget texture. We mixed it with high polish. And in the center is 1 ring of all pave belle luce. So nice little sparkle, but not too much. It's like one of those really good everyday pieces that you could throw on with a t-shirt or a tank top. You could dress it up with a blouse, a dress. And this chain, what's so great about it, it's these elongated oval links. Again, alternating texture. You have your rope and your high polish. It has our lobster claw in the back with the belle luce in the heart.
Large, by the way, large lobster claw.
So easy functionality. But what I want to point out is I sometimes like, if I wanted to wear it with this top, I would want to shorten it. This lobster claw actually fits into these links.
Right.
So even the 30, oops, I missed the link because I'm not wearing glasses. Even though it's a 30-inch chain, you could make it whatever length you want. I was wearing it earlier today. I tucked this in, the little tail. I tucked into the back of my t-shirt and was able to wear it nice and high up. So it was the perfect length. Exactly.
So I doubled it. Now, here's the deal. I know that you may be a little bit like me and have to wear a badge to work. For crying out loud, for the love of everything, why can I not ever find my badge? I don't even want to tell you the stories about my badge. If you want to be super luxe, you could attach your work badge to this, and not only would you never lose it, you would be the most stylish person in the building. I think one of these pieces, Heidi, is what I like to call price per wear, because I'm going to get at least 2 looks. But then because that lobster claw clasp, like Heidi mentioned, will fit along anywhere on the chain, you can adjust it. Now, I kind of also like this long over lean look because there is no gym membership required, but yet I get this elongation, that long, slender look, and it instantly anchors my outfit. From a product standpoint and as from a designer, Heidi, how important is it to create layers and levels in your jewelry?
Always. And, it's not only because of the outfit that you're wearing.
Yeah.
Whatever you're wearing, you need the right balance in terms of the jewelry you're wearing.
Sure.
And yes, it's slenderizing. So there's so many different facets and features when you're looking at how it looks on you. So it's one of those things. It's pretty much priceless to me. The other thing, you're talking price per wear, that I want to point out is I'm always looking for different chains to put my pendants on.
Yes.
Because of the way we made this piece, it actually slides right off, and you have a beautiful Judith Ripka 30-inch sterling silver chain that you could put other pendants on, which is great to have. It's like getting 2 pieces for the price of 1. And I also want to remind people that all of our jewelry is rhodium plated. So that means it's nice, bright white, the finish. It's not going to tarnish. If you're wearing white gold, it's going to be the same color because white gold jewelry is also rhodium plated.
So even as I'm looking at this across the screen, Heidi and I are in completely different states right now. You can see the alternating texture and polish. You can see that glint and the glimmer and that really kind of that electricity of the icy white hot sterling silver. It's the most light reflective of all metals. And then it to be protected by the rhodium is amazing. Now, the other thing, Heidi, and this is not a test, this is not a quiz, no quiz is involved tonight, but one of the things I noticed while you're showing it, and even while I'm wearing it across the room, the gauge is right. It's not so heavy that it feels masculine, but I can feel it. I can see it. It feels good. We got to a moment for a second in jewelry where everything was so light and airy and dainty. This has got some guts to it, and I love feeling my jewelry on.
I do too. I always want weighty pieces. Nothing that I feel like I'm wearing a bicycle chain, but I don't like weightless jewelry.
Right.
Where I put it on and I'm like, is it there? Is it there? Like you feel it, but it's not an uncomfortable feel. It just feels good. It feels like luxury. It feels like quality.
Okay. So major PPW here. And if you want to complete the suite, if you want a partner piece, I am so in love. Again, too much hair, but look at these earrings that are a perfect match to the pendant. Oh my goodness. But there's also a little trick and a price per wear with these gorgeous girls.
These are also great because they are two-tone. So again, if you have a silver collection and a gold collection, this is that bridge so that you could wear the two together without a question. These are nice and comfortable. They're about an inch, not quite an inch and a quarter, inch, a tenth, maybe an eighth.
Well, here's the good news.
They're good size.
Yeah, the diameter for the earring is an exact match of the pendant. So you're getting something that works. Your globes or your rings of gold match back. I love that there's no rules. It used to be there was like the staunch rule, very similar to the itchy rule, like you don't wear white shoes after Memorial Day. I didn't follow that rule either, so I'm not sure why I followed gold and silver. But we saw a trend a few years ago at Vicenza called heavy metal, and it was the mixing of metals. And I was standing there thinking, whoa, whoa, whoa. Judith did this first. Like, does she not get credit for creating that trend?
Well, we actually started that. I forgot if it was 2000 or 2001. We launched our silver collection, and it was originally called the 2 collection because it wasn't just silver. It was silver with 18 karat gold and diamonds and gemstones. And yes, we were one of the first to do it. It's something that stayed with the brand for all these years. We still, trickle it into the line here and there, but it is a staple in most people's jewelry box because it helps them. It's a good way to wear them together. And I think you took that off to show people the same thing I was show them.
Yes. Well, great minds think alike. I'm going to put mine right in front of here. Maybe you can see it better. We can see it with yours. But one of the things that I appreciate about the design team from Judith Ripka is you're so thoughtful about not only how to make a woman feel and look her best and, just kind of celebrate every day, but you do behind the scenes things that many other jewelers don't. The balance and the shape of this with that omega back, keep it in the ear without drooping. It's amazing.
That's right. And it's so important because we know as we get older or as we've abused our piercings with big, heavy ears, it's important to be able to keep that earring upright and comfortable.
Yes.
It makes it comfortable when you have the omega because it's not moving as much. It just looks better. It's more supportive. So yes, we try to think of all these things. But again, it also goes to our philosophy of designing 360 degrees. It goes back to the cuffs where we're finished on the inside. It goes back to the oversized lobster claw. Everything is designed and well thought out because our jewelry is made by women for women, and we understand what you want and need.
So when you start to look at what I'll call a buffet of hoops, I feel like a hoop is something every single woman could have in her collection. This is beyond a basic hoop. Yes, it's a traditional round hoop, but as you get closer and when you get yours home, I want you to get out the magnifying glass, your readers, whatever you need to do, and take a look and really take in all of the thoughtfulness because there's a high polish, which is that gleam. It's that bounce of light. Then you've got that angled texture on the front. As you move to the side, it's like opening a box of chocolates and each delicious gold hoop and the Bella Luce stones. It is like unwrapping a nesting doll of packages because there's so much in this one earring and it draws you in. I can see it from across the room, even if we're still working on Zoom or talking on a FaceTime or video call to a family member. These earrings draw you in.
It's fun. It has movement. It's different than other hoops. Everyone has that basic hoop and everyone needs a basic hoop, but you also need that hoop that's a little bit of a conversation piece. It has some interest. It has some detail. I love the movement to it. It just makes it fun. And that's also distinctive. When you look at it, you know that it's Judith Ripka.
I love the word distinctive. I think for me, the last thing in the world I want to be is predictable. I would like to have a little bit of a distinction. I would like to have my signature look. An earring like this can become your signature look. If you want to see a bigger version, because I know that many of us are watching on different types of screens, go ahead and hit on the top left. There's a picture of this earring. It'll take you to a bigger view right on the website. You can actually put it in your cart, check it out. It won't exit you from the live stream. You can still come back and play with us. If you would like to see the partner pieces or any of the other items in the show, look at the bottom of your screen or the right panel, depending upon which device you're on, and you can see everything. Now, we're not really talking about this yet, Heidi, but the entire collection is available right now. We're adding pieces as we go, and talk about adding pieces. I'm talking with my hands and I keep seeing these rings. Can we go to this golden goddess?
Well, I need to pause you for a second and I need to say hi to Sheila. And Sheila wanted to see the a little bit better, a little closer to the screen. So Sheila, I don't know if it's blurry or if you could see it at all, but so this is the side view. We have the angled Berger loop. We have the Bella Luce and then the high polished one in the back. Again, it's all fluted. And there's the omega. This is the back end of it. So I hope that was able to help you a little bit, Sheila.
Yes. And if you do want to click on that image that's in your top left, that'll also give you a big, beautiful, professional picture of those. But you know what? I think when we get to shopping about jewelry, we just want to see it. We want to see it on. We want to see all the details. We don't necessarily need professional all the time. Let's go to rings because I know we are getting a little bit short on time. This one is that golden goddess, I call her, because when you partner the gold with the turquoise, all I can think of is a trip to Capri or Sorrento. It's the unofficial Italian combination of colors for summer.
They are. Well, it's funny. I wear turquoise year round. However, for some reason, when it comes to summer and I start putting on white or I put on navy, I find myself reaching for my turquoise even more. And I have it both with the 14 karat gold clad, like this cushion ring that we're looking at.
Right.
But I also have it in the ring that we're going to look at next, which is set in silver. I love turquoise. Turquoise is one of those stones that's been around since antiquity. It's one of the first stones I started mining, and it's the December birthstone if you're a December baby. But I just love turquoise, and I love it with everything. It's a color, but it's one of those colors that almost has a neutral feel to it. Because even if you're wearing orange, you'd put it on. Anything.
Right. I think what's intriguing to me is how Judith facets her stones. The checkerboard faceting on the top of that really creates a lot of light play and movement, and it brings a sparkle to all of the texture on the shoulder and on the band. So as you're showing that, Heidi, take a look at the texture, take a look directly on the front. But the other thing that's very interesting is how smooth the inside is and how easy this is to wear.
Absolutely, because again, 360 degrees, we have our backplate inside. The way this is done, we have our Southampton on the shank, a little bit going over the shoulder here. We also have the Bella Luce in the prongs that are holding this in. These prongs we put at the 12, 3, 6, and 9 position. It has just a touch of sparkle. But to your point, it's that faceting that we do that actually makes us illuminate. It's so sparkly for an opaque stone. You don't usually call an opaque stone sparkly, but because of the way it's cut, the light will bounce off of it and it looks phenomenal.
So if you love the sparkle, if you love the shine, I would recommend going ahead and finding your size. And if your size is selling out, because I know we are now limited in these, find a finger. Find a finger for whichever sizes are left. If you're more of a traditionalist with your turquoise and you love a cabochon, we have that too. So Heidi, I have to tell you, this is a large piece of turquoise and that is gorgeous. I mean, this is beautiful, top quality stone.
It is. It is a beautiful, beautiful, like a sky blue shade of turquoise.
Yes.
It is so soothing and serene, and it's held in with these very delicate prongs that come to a little bit of a point, but they almost have a seam in it. So they have that estate type feel. We did a Bella Luce halo around the cabochon. And then we did a different take on the Southampton. So traditionally our Southampton is done at an angle. So it's as if it's rope with the angled berget over it.
Yes.
We straightened for this ring. So we went
east to west. Yes.
Yep. Horizontally, it gave it a bit of a modern look. So it has that interesting juxtaposition of slightly estate on the top and then a little more modern on the sides.
Ooh, I like
I'm wearing it with a pointer finger. It is a nice size. It's about 3/4 of an inch from top to bottom, but you can really wear it on any finger.
So it's funny that you say that. I had mine on my first finger. And by the way, Heidi and I do not chat before we go on live as to which fingers. 9 times out of 10, we show up with our rings on the same finger because our brains work that way. Here it is on a first finger. I love the look of that. It's bold. It's forward. It's confident. Here it is on a ring finger. So either one is beautiful. I think this is one of those rings that becomes very flattering. If we had a 9, I would put it on my middle finger. It fits beautifully. The shape and the scale works. And I think that's the sign of really meticulous product development and design. One of the things that the Judith Ripka team has been phenomenal about. I mean, very meticulous. When you wear this jewelry, when you slide this on your finger, you will feel the difference. Sometimes we use that word substantial. Well, that means nothing. It means when you like to feel it hug your finger without giving you claustrophobia, it slides on and it really embraces the whole finger and it feels like a couture piece of jewelry. Now, if you click this button up here, that'll give you more information about the piece, all of the details. It'll also allow you to add it to the cart. I say that because we are limited. Heidi, I want to talk about this for a minute. You have transitioned over jewelry television. Our partnership is new. We have some items that we have on the website right now, but really what we're doing is we're gearing up for a huge debut and launch. In fact, if you're watching right now and you would like to come to Knoxville, Tennessee in 2 weeks, Heidi and I are going to be at an event right here in JTV's headquarters from 6 to 9 on Thursday, July 27th. You can give us a call, send us a note on the live stream. We'll get you the information. You can call the gem store. But we're going to launch the entire collection. We're going to have some of the high jewelry, the couture pieces. We're also going to give sneak peeks of some of the pieces that are going to be on the JTV broadcast. Heidi, I don't think we've ever done anything like this in all of our years of working together.
We have not. This is a first. It is so exciting.
Yeah.
I mean, we've been so busy between preparing for that event, preparing for the fall show. We have so many things going on in our little kitchen over here. It's unbelievable what we are cooking up, and it's exciting and it's fun and it's going to be a blast. So
love it.
Who's in the Knoxville area, but if you could come meet Albany and I, we would love to see everybody.
So I have to tell you, even if you're not in the Knoxville area, I have gotten emails from people from Alabama, from Texas, from California that are flying in. So this is a big event. If you want to be there, we would love to meet you in person. Heidi's going to be there. I'm going to be there. We have a bunch of people from the Jewelry Television team, and we want you to join our Ripkanista group. Now, we have one more ring and one more bracelet that I want to cover. Wow. I mean, seriously, this looks like it came off of the pages of some queen in a far off land. This is one of the most beautiful, iconic pieces. And the way you utilized the Bella Luce was very sophisticated.
It's beautiful. It's subtle, but it gives it sparkle. So this is a really interesting ring. The original shape and design was inspired by a ring that Judith used to do in the 90s. It was a cushion-shaped stone, and it pretty much had this exact shape and scale. Yes. Then we changed up all the details. So yes, it has this gorgeous lapis with the beautiful faceting and the gold flecks, which I love lapis. I love those gold flecks.
Yes.
So pretty. But what we did was we added our ballroom texture to the basket. So that is these horizontal flutes that you're seeing with these scattered beads, 2 signature textures to the brand. We put on these beautiful flutes to the shoulders. That's when you then see this gorgeous wrap of pave Bella Luce coming down gracefully. So when you're looking at the ring on your finger, it just has that nice bit of sparkle, complementing lapis. And then we just finish it off with a few more wraps, a little more flutes, and it's perfect from start to finish. It's so luscious, this ring. And I love the look of a lapis and turquoise together. Love it.
So I make up words, as you know, I make up words, but I like to call this our scround because you think it's a square until you see the little softened edges, the little round. It's like when the nail lady says, do you want which shape? And I'm thinking scround or squoval, you know, something with a little bit of a round, something that gives it a little bit of a feminine touch. Judith Ripka has been bringing us designs for decades that celebrate the beauty of women, that help us feel better. As women, so many times we pick ourselves apart, we nitpick, we lose our confidence. If one ring could make you feel like you could walk into the room with your head high, your shoulders back, and that air of, okay, I'm ready to just take on the day, even if that means you're ready to manage those little humans who call you mom. That's what I feel like this ring does. There's a very regal, royal feel to it. And it truly is special with all the design details. Now, if you would like more information, go ahead and click that tag up front. You can click the shop button below and it'll go directly to your cart. If you decide you want to check out now, great. It won't exit you from the live stream. It'll bring you right back here. But we do have one more piece that I would love to share. Are you ready for it, Heidi? Let's go for the big bangle. Oh,
Let's go for the statement piece.
love this. Wow. Wow. Wow.
Yes. I mean, this is a wow. And I always love making a statement. The brand is always known for statement making pieces. This is really a fabulous design. You have your frozen chain link effect. So it's made to look as if it's the link bracelet. We made it into cuff form. Again, with the hinge, so it's easy to put on and take off. It has all of our signature textures. We have rope trim, we have beads. But what we did was we set cabochon stones. So you have the cabochon turquoise in the links, the cabochon lapis in the connectors. And then we always like to consider what your day-to-day life is. So if you're busy, if you're working, or if you're dealing with those little people or whatever, you want the back to be durable. You don't want to worry about your popping out, but we don't want it to be boring and unfinished. So that's when we take the design and we basically transition on the side from the gemstones to texture to basically emulate this. And this way, if you're at your desk and you're, at your keyboard and your bracelet is banging, not that it sounds glamorous, but you're not going to worry about stones popping out. It's protected and safe and durable.
Okay. I have not to be, the one to muddy the waters, but I will. I want to show you something. One of the things that I love with my PPW, my price per wear, I could truly wear this bracelet backwards, like an open cuff. This is the same bracelet. I just have it flipped around. So if you're saying to yourself, you know what? How do I go from day to date? How do I go from one event to another? Maybe it's that you flip your bracelet around. If you can get that much wear out of a bracelet, now I understand this bracelet is a little bit more of an investment than some of the pieces in the show. Heidi, I don't have the gram weight on this one, but this one is thick.
I don't care.
You know what? Click on that product tab for me, because you don't have to do it, Heidi, but if you're wondering, if you click on that product tab, that'll bring up our full detail. The other thing that was interesting to me is that you did give us that frozen chain. There's kind of like this hybrid between the paperclip and a status link, and this is going to be a legacy piece. The way that this is finished with that hidden hinge and all of these intricate details, this will be in your jewelry box for generations.
And I want to say a quick hello to Alice.
Hi,
who is absolutely gorgeous, to one of the pieces we were looking at before. And Maya was asking about this cuff in different sizes. So currently, this cuff, I believe, is available in small, average, and large, which JTV has as inches on their website. So I don't have the inches in front of me. And she was asking about an extra small. In the past, we have offered extra smalls. And yes, Maya, that is on our list. It's on my wish list to add extra smalls in. So right now, we don't have them, but I'm hoping that they do get added in the near future. So for right now, we don't, but hopefully soon we will get them included.
So I'll say this to Miss Maya. I traditionally in the past have worn a small cuff from Judith Ripka. This is the average. So let me see if I can turn it so you can see. There's just I can't even fit a whole pinky. I can maybe fit my pinky in there. So it still fits nicely. It gives me a little bit of a drape on my wrist bone, but it also allows me to push it up and do this look. We're seeing this on the runways a lot, where you turn your bracelet into a true cuff. So I have to tell you, if you're picking up any of these bracelets and you're building out your box, this is starting your Judith Ripka collection, maybe you're adding to other pieces. One of the things that I think is phenomenal, if you wanted to, if you picked up 2 of the turquoise before, look how well these play together. And you're going to create a stack, which is kind of like assisting the designer, if you will. It's your own bespoke look.
It is. And that's another thing that we've always said, make this your own look. Yeah. This is so that you could personalize your collection to what you want to look like, how you want to have that signature style. And this is the starting point. You start building a collection around how you want to present yourself.
It's interesting that you say present yourself. I am a transformed tomboy. I live on a ranch. They kind of just cleaned me up for TV. If you're looking for a way to step up your style, you're not really sure how you want to do it or what that look you're going for. Heidi has been in product development and design for years. I have been traveling all over the world as a jewelry stylist and influencer. we would love to partner with you. We have committed Wednesday nights to you, and we hope you can come play with us. Become a Ripkanista. We always have room for one or two more. And if you find us on social media, Heidi's at Heidi Ripka. I'm at Albany Irvin. Send us a note. We'll tell you how to get in touch with us. But we truly would love to play. I feel like we do get so busy. We're with taking care of kids and family and work and everything else. We're hoping that these Wednesday nights can just be a fun time to get together, chat, play with jewelry, share ideas, and enjoy each other's company.
One last thing.
Yes.
Judith said she just ordered herself the lapis ring. So enjoy it.
Oh, yay.
And yes, they'll be adding more lapis in the future because she wants a little bit more lapis. And yes, it is definitely one of those stones that we need more of. It's a great looking stone. I love it myself personally. So enjoy your ring, and more will eventually be coming into the collection.
I think that's also good for that Judith said that, because guess what? You're talking to one of the lead designers. You're the vice president of sales and product development. And when you start to look at everything you do, Heidi, one of the things that I have always really appreciated about you is how much that you listen to those of us that are wearing it. And she takes those suggestions to heart, and painstakingly, I've seen her go through things and really try to bring you what you're looking for. So please know that she's listening, and you do use those suggestions.
Absolutely. I always think the best way to embrace the collection and embrace the people that love the collection is to listen to what people want and really try to give them what they want. So
I love it.
I'm always listening.
We have a personal designer and a personal shopper right here. Heidi, this has been so much fun. If you are still on the fence or you've got something in your cart, I will let you know that the items that we have in stock right now are limited. We have 15% off of everything, and they all qualify for stretch pay. The great news is you don't have to wait too long. They're on site. We ship out within 12 hours. If you don't love it, you can return it. But we want to make sure that you're finding the right piece, and we will be back again next Wednesday. Do you have any last thoughts for us, Heidi?
Looking forward to doing this every Wednesday with you, Albany, because this is fun.
It is fun. All right. Thank you guys so much for joining us. We'll see you next week, 8 p.m. Eastern on Wednesdays. And I hope you have a good rest of the week. Bye.
Have a good night. Bye.